The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Allen. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve. In that way in this game as well, but you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limited to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Allen. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. On 1st down, Allen. Jones has it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now Allen again.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. To throw, it's Allen. Flushed out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And the Saints are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Running with Kamara. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Winston. Flush to his right. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And now again, the play clock's going to run out on them. And that'll set them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They go play action. Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. From the gun, Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
Jameis again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for only a couple. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. On play action, Winston. Touchdown! Marquez Callaway. His second touchdown on the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Buccaneers, nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So as they take it over, we step aside.
1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1, escaping the pressure right.
And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end.
5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Allen. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Knox. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. From midfield, here's Allen.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. 20.
his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Saints 14, Buccaneers nothing. Will Lutz to kick off quarter one.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded right around the 8. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the kind.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
Buccaneers nothing. Will Lutz to kick off quarter one.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Allen. Steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to 3rd down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
The Bucs on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. Flushed out right. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Saints are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. A give to Kamara running right. And some room to roam now. There he goes right side. 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, Charles, a guy from your alma mater there in Knoxville. He has developed into a perennial Pro Bowler on the strength of big plays like we just saw there.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
Lutz with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Allen now looks to throw. Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Keep getting those touchdowns.
That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So that'll back him up 5. They'll try it again now after the 5-yard walk-off. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Buccaneers, nothing. Will Bucs to kick off for New Orleans.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like...
Allen hit. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. He's got it complete to Gronkowski.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Allen going to throw.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On play action, Allen. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
Following the interception, Winston. Dorsett making the catch. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Lutz good on the extra point, and it is 42-0. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room, an onside kick attempt. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side. coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
They start the second half with Kamara.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
163 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11. I'm here all day.
Jameis to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Adam Troutman.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are pouring it on.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. The give is to Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. Hey, tight. Hey, hold.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Flushed out right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A gain of 22. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
They definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
On the counter, here's Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. To the air, Allen. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Throwing now is Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Saints will have the football back.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at their own 43.
He'll start with a give to Kamara.
And he's got room. The 20.
Do what
Touchdown,
we do. Do what we do.
New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara.
57 yards. And the Saints just continue to roll.
The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. That deserves a couple exclamation points.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates. They're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Allen. Flush to his right. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Allen's throw is complete. There he goes, right side.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. Allen will try to throw for it, eluding the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Now Hardy on the return. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
You better be afraid of me. Hey, check Michael Allen. Check Michael Allen. I know he ain't got it.
To throw is Winston. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he goes diving to get as much as he can following a big gain. A nice little cherry on top there at the end. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
A 10th carry for Kamara. They find some open field here. It's a gain of 35.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are looking as if they'll move it to 7-2 as they add on to this lead. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. A give to Jones. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. One final try here for Allen. Looking downfield for Godwin. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's